In this video we are going to discuss about that data storage for BI. So data storage for BI is a centralized repository, typically a data warehouse that collects, stores and organizes data from multiple sources for analysis. So this organized data is then used by BI tools to generate reports, dashboards and other visualizations for informed decision making. So unlike transactional databases, data warehouses optimized for analytical queries and provides a structured historical view of data. So before getting into this project, let's see the key components and functions. The key components of this data storage for BI is like we can say it as a centralized repository, data warehouse, ETL. ETL stands for extract, transform, load. Then is a BI tools and analytical databases. So when it comes to about the centralized repository, it gathers data from various operational systems into a single unified location. Next is the data warehouse, the main data storage mechanism for BI. It stores historical data in a structured format optimized for analytical processing, which is nothing but the OLAP and the reporting. So ETL we discussed already, that is stands for extract, transform and load, a process that extracts data from its source, transforms into a consistent and clean format and load it into the data warehouse. BI tools, that is the front-end applications that access the data warehouse to perform analysis and present insights through charts, graphs and reports. These are the basic visualization technique used in this BI tools. And next is an analytical databases. So some architectures usually use these analytical databases as a layer between the data warehouse and BI tools for faster query performance. The specific examples we can tell, like in some cloud environments, data storage might involve services like Azure Blob Storage, Azure SQL Database, Microsoft Fabric, Snowflake or Google BigQuery. So more about this concept, like data is extracted from its original sources. The extracted data is normally fed into the process of cleaning, transformed and integrated into a single consistent structure through the ETL processes. The structured data is loaded into the central data warehouse. Business intelligence tools connect to the data warehouse to query, analyze and visualize the data to provide the actionable insights. So normally the data storage is the process of preserving digital information using various technologies, from internal computer components like SSDs and HDDs to external devices and cloud services. So this is done by using recording media such as magnetic, optical or flash memory to retain data, so it can be accessed later. So there are several models for organizing and accessing this data, with the common types being file, block and object storage. So we can tell like the data storage models like file storage, block storage and object storage. So file storage, that is data is organized into files and folders similar to a user's perspective on a hard drive. Block storage, data is stored in fixed size blocks and is ideal for data that needs frequent access and editing, such as databases. In terms of object storage, data is stored as objects with metadata and a unique identifier. So it's often cost effective and scalable, but it's best for the data that doesn't require editing like media archives. And the examples of these storage devices are hard disk drives, solid state drives, USB flash drives and cloud storage. We usually have have gone through these HDDs and SSDs. That is using spinning magnetic platters to store large amount of data, making them a common affordable choice for high capacity needs. And solid state drives use a flash memory, which makes them much faster and more durable than HDD because they have no moving parts. USB flash drives, so it is portable external storage devices that uses the flash memory. Cloud storage data is stored on the remote servers and accessed via the internet. It can be highly scalable and is ideal for backups and data sharing. Okay. This comes to this project, which is a centralized data warehouse for retail business intelligence. Normally, a centralized warehouse for retail business intelligence is a single consolidated repository that stores and organizes large volumes of data from various retail sources like point of scale system, e-commerce and inventory management. So its purpose is to provide a single source of truth for reporting and analysis. So enabling retailers to gain valuable insights for decision making, such as improving sales strategies, optimizing inventory and personalizing customer offers. So the objective of this centralized data warehouse, that is to design and implement a centralized data storage system that integrates data from multiple retail branches and supports BI reporting and analytics. So normally the centralized repository, a central location that collects and stores data from disparate systems across the business. So integrated data, it combines data from multiple sources into a consistent structured format. Optimized for analysis. Unlike transactional databases, it is designed specifically for a BI and reporting, not daily operations. Single source of truth. It acts as a reliable, unified source for all business data, ensuring consistency and accuracy. Okay, like now here the problem statement. There is a the retail company operates across multiple locations. Each branch maintains a separate databases for sales, inventory, and customers. Management faces challenges in getting a consolidated view of company-wide performance and trends due to data fragmentation and inconsistency. So the proposed solution to develop a BI enabled data storage system that collects and stores data from all branches in a central data warehouse, and also to ensures data consistency, accuracy and security. It provides analytical reports and dashboards for better business decisions. So normally data integration is the process of combining data from various disparate sources into a unified, consistent and usable data set to provide a holistic view for analysis and decision making. So this process involves architectural techniques, tools and practices to ensure the data, regardless of its original format or location, is clean, accurate and accessible across an organization. It is a foundational element for BI and analytics initiatives. So next is the ETL processor. ETL processor stands for extract, transform and load, a core data integration methodology used to prepare data for storage in a data warehouse or data lake. So these steps are extract, transform and load. So raw data is collected or pulled from various source systems such as databases, applications or flat files. Transform, when it comes to transform phase, The extracted data is cleansed, mapped, standardized, and restructured into a format consistent with the target system's requirement and business rules. So this can involve cleaning, filtering, aggregating, joining, and validating data to ensure quality and consistency. So on to the load phase, the transformed and validated data is moved into the target system, such as a data warehouse, for storage, analysis, and reporting. So this is typically done in batches through incremental or real-time loading is also possible. And next concept we have is data modeling. That is, by using this concept, we create a snowflake schema for efficient querying. So already we have in ETL concept into the warehouse on a scheduled basis. Data modeling. So data modeling is the process of creating a visual representation or blueprint of data flows. The data element So data modeling is a process of creating a visual representation or blueprint of data flows, the data elements of interest to business, their properties and the relationships between them. So it involves defining the rules and structure for data within a database or data warehouse to ensure consistency, eliminate redundancy, and enable efficient data retrieval and analysis. So this process typically move from a high-level conceptual data to a detailed physical model that describes how data will be physically stored in a specified database systems. So next is a BI layer. So BI layer is a presentation or experience layer of the data stack where integrated and processed data is delivered to end users for analysis and decision making. So it uses various tools and platforms to present insights in an easily understandable format, often through dashboards, visualization, and reporting. When it comes to dashboards are an interactive, high-level overview of KPIs, that is a key performance indicators. Visualization is the common basic schema under visualization we used is charts, graph, and maps that help users identify trends and patterns. On reporting, the generation of a detailed in-depth analysis to inform strategic business decisions. So the BI layer translates complex data engineering into actionable information for business users. So when it comes to real-time reporting is the process of providing up to the minute or near real-time business insights and data analysis immediately as data becomes available in source systems. So this contrasts with traditional batch processing where data might be hours or days old when analyzed. So real-time reporting allows organizations to react instantly to changing conditions, customer behavior, and market trends, enabling immediate and more agile decision making, such as for fraud reduction or inventory management. So the key steps involved are requirement gathering, data source identification, data extraction, data transformation. So requirement gathering is a process of identifying, documenting, and managing project needs and objectives by collecting detailed information from stakeholders like client, users, and internal teams. It forms the foundation of the project, ensuring everyone understands what needs to be built and why. And it includes sub process like elicitation. Elicitation is nothing but the gathering needs. And next, documentation, recording requirements, and understanding, ensuring a shared vision. So the crucial first step helps teams avoid misunderstandings, manage scope, and leads to a more successful project outcome. So here we identify key stakeholders. That is the stakeholders are what are the both on the project side, the project who delivers and the project who has been on the other side on receiving. So on processing. So both what are the peoples involved in all these three processes will term to as them as a stakeholders. So the stakeholders may be in this project, the stakeholders may be the managers, sales heads, and IT teams. So normally a stakeholder is a individual group or organization that has an interest in a project or business. So this includes investors, employees, customers, suppliers, and others who are impacted by the outcomes of the project or business venture. Stakeholders can influence decisions, contribute resources, and play a significant role in the success of an organization. So, stakeholders can be internal or external to an organization. Internal stakeholders are people whose interest in a company comes through a direct relationship, such as employment, ownership, or investment. Whereas so if a company is building a new product, the project team manages investors who were delivering the project. The project was receiving on the other side of the people. Those we call them as a client. So they are the external. We can call them as an external stakeholders. So if the project company is building a new product, the project team manages investors and customers are all of the stakeholders. So each of them has a different expectations. So some want the product delivered fast while other want it to be cost effective or high quality. So good communication with the stakeholders helps the project to run smoothly. So, as I said, internal stakeholders are people who are part of the organization. They work within the company and play a direct role in our decision making and daily activities. Their involvement can have a strong impact on how well a business perform. So, example of an internal stakeholder is employees working on a specific task or project, managers leading teams or departments, companies directors or board members, business owners or shareholders, HR and finance team, planning operations. So how to identify the internal stakeholders? So to identify the internal stakeholders, look at who works inside the company. Check who is responsible for day-to-day operations. Find out who is involved in project decisions. Notice who attends planning meetings, and also identify those accountable for business results. External stakeholders or individuals or groups who are not part of the organization but are still affected by its actions. They don't work within the company, but their interest may depends on the organization's performance. So we can see the key features of an external stakeholders are customers who buy the company's products or services, suppliers providing materials or goods, investors funding the business, government bodies setting rules and regulations, local communities around the business location. So, to identify those external stakeholders, think about who is affected by business decisions. Consider people or groups outside the company. Check who is supplied resources or funds. Include those who face outcomes of the business. Look at the feedback from external partners or customers. So, a stakeholder is anyone affected by or interested in a company actions like employees, customers, suppliers, or the local community. They may not have any financial investment in the company. On the other hand, a shareholder is someone who owns shares in the company and is directly invested in its financial success. So, stakeholders care about how the company operates, treats its workers, and impact society. So, the main concern is how decisions affect their role or connection to the business. In contrast, stakeholders focus mainly on profits, dividends, and the company's stock performance. Types of involvement like stakeholders can be involved in a day-to-day operations or affected by them. Even if they don't own part of the business, their involvement is usually ongoing and broad. On the other hand, stakeholders are usually not involved in daily activities. They influence the business mainly through voting rights and financial decisions. Stakeholders want the stability, fair treatment, job security, or reliable service depending on their connection to the company. So their goals vary widely. In context, stakeholders mostly want the business to grow so they can earn more money from their investment. Stakeholders may push for ethical practices, environmental care, or better employee conditions. Their influence can lead to a long-term sustainable changes. On the other hand, stakeholders may influence decisions that improve profits quickly, even if those changes aren't always best for other groups. So, here managers, sales head, and IT team are the stakeholders. So, all are the manager, sales head, and IT team are all the internal stakeholders. The product which they are producing, on the other hand, who was getting those services from the team. So they were considered to be the external stakeholders, which we call otherwise as them as a client. And next is a data source identification. So in Power BI, a data source refers to the entity from which data is extracted to generate reports and visualizations. So this source can be the file, web page, database, or another application or services. So here we have mentioned sales databases, POS systems, CRM. CRM is nothing but the customer relationship management software and inventory management tools. So normally a data source is simply where your data originally comes from. It could be a file stored on your computer, a database, an online service, or any other place that Power BI can connect to. So these data sources are important because they provide the basic information that Power BI uses to create data sets. Once the data is imported, you can use it to build clear and interactive visuals, reports, and dashboards. POS system. POS stands for point of a sale system. It's a combination of hardware and software that enables businesses to accept payments, track sales, manage inventory, and streamline operations. The key features include transaction processing, inventory management, sales tracking, recommended systems. So in transaction processing, it accepts a payment from the customer side. Inventory management is key. It keeps track of stock levels and sales. Sales tracking is nothing but the monitoring of sales data for better decision making. Recommended systems like Shopify, Toast, and Clover for their unique features and overall value. So, point of sale refers to the physical or a digital location where a retail transactions takes place between a customers and a business. So, it is a point at which the customers makes a payment for goods and or services they are purchasing. So, in a traditional retail setting, this often involves a cash register or a terminal where the customer pays using cash, credit cards, or other payment methods. So, POS system has evolved to include a software and hardware that streamline the entire sales process, including inventory management, order processing, and data analysis. So, this system comes with various features that are designed to streamline retail and business operations. So, some key features include sales processing, inventory management, barcode scanning, receipt generation, employee management, and CRM, reporting and analytics, loyalty programs, offline mode, security, customization. So, like in a sales processing, the core function of this POS system is to process sales transactions efficiently. It allows businesses to accept various payment methods, including cash, credit or debit cards, mobile payments, and wallets. Inventory management, that is POS system, helps businesses track their inventory in real time, automatically updating stock levels as items are sold. So this feature helps prevent overstocking or understocking, improving efficiency and reducing the risk of stockouts. So barcode scanners are often integrated with POS systems, making it easy to scan product barcodes for a quick and accurate item entry and pricing. So next is receipt generation. POS system generate itemized receipts for customers which can be printed or emailed. So these receipts provide a record of the transaction for both the customer and businesses. And on employee management, many POS systems include features for employee management such as time tracking, permissions, and so these POS systems include features for employee management such as time tracking, permissions, and commission tracking, which can help business manage their staff effectively. So more about this CRM software. We have discussed still about this point of sale system. CRM is a customer relationship management. It is a strategic approach that business use to manage interactions and relationships with current and potential customers. So it involves utilizing technology to organize, automate, and synchronize sales, marketing, customer service, and technical support. The primary focus of CRM is to enhance customer satisfaction and loyalty by understanding their needs and preferences better. So unlike IT service management and enterprise service management, which is ITSM and ESM, which primarily focus on managing internal processes and services. So CRM is outward facing, concentrating and optimizing interactions with the customers across various touch points. So it integrates customer data from multiple channels such as email, phone calls, social media, and website interactions into a centralized system, enabling businesses to provide personalized experiences and targeted marketing campaigns. So basically, it is all about finding the customers, collecting their information along the way, and using the information to enhance their experience and foster long-term relationship. So basically, it is a process by which relationship with customers are built and maintained. So the role of this CRM, it sets bold aspirants. There is a clear vision for the development of the relationship. It sets and executes the client relationship strategy. It creates, manages, and leads the team. The functions of CRM are acquiring and storing information, increase sales, improve quality, customer management, proper communication network. The advantages are customers are motivated to return again and again as they receive good customer services and continue to do business. So it enables an organization to create detailed profiles such as customer likes. And next is an inventory management tools. IMS, that is a inventory management system, is a tool for a software designed to be a streamline the process of tracking, organizing, and managing inventory throughout its life cycle. Inventory tracking, that is it monitors stock levels across warehouses, stores, or fulfillment centers on in real time. Order management, that is it handles purchase orders, sales orders, and return seamlessly. And demand forecast, that is it uses the historical data and analytics to predict future inventory needs. Stock optimization, that is it ensures the right amount of inventory is available to avoid overstocking or stockouts. Reporting analytics, that is it provides insights into inventory trends, sales patterns, and operational efficiency. The next step is like a data extraction, that is it uses the ETL tools to extract data from source systems. So ETL is a extract, transform, load, how the raw data is extracted from various sources, transformed into a usable format, and loaded into the centralized storage system like a data warehouse. So this process for usually for a data integration, and also ensuring that the data should be the on clean, consistent, and ready for the analysis. As we discussed, the key components of this are data sources, landing area, staging area, and destination storage. So, data sources are these are the versions of raw data, uh, which can include a structured databases, semi-structured formats, or unstructured data. Structured databases, there is a SQL, and semi-structured formats means the extension for the JSON or XML. Unstructured data, it could be emails, logs, flat files. So data is collected from multiple sources without altering its original format. So this ensures that all the relevant data is available for the transformation. So data on transformation phase, the data is cleaned, enriched, and formatted to meet business requirements. So common transformations include removing duplicates, handling missing values, and applying business rules. So loading phase, the processed data is transferred on to the destination system. So this can be done using a full loading or incremental loading. Next is the data loading. That is, it loads the transformed data into the centralized data warehouse. You can say as an SQL server, Oracle, or Amazon Redshift. So data loading in embedded systems refers to the process of transferring data from a source into the system's memory or storage for further processing. So this is a critical operation in embedded systems, as it ensures that the system has the necessary data to perform its task efficiently and reliably. On data modeling, it design a star schema with fact tables. On fact tables, sales, inventory, and revenue. And on dimensional tables, the factors which you taken here: time, store, product, and customer. And next we can discuss on this business intelligence layer. So the BI architectural layers describes the many layers or phases that go into the overall planning and execution of a business intelligence systems. So the data and process flow inside the architecture is represented by these levels. So we use connect BI tools to the data warehouse. That is, we create the dashboards for sales performance by region. Sales performance by region. Next is the inventory turnover rate. We are calculating the total turnover rate. And the next is a customer purchasing trends. And also we have a delivery and optimization step, that is, it shares dashboards through a BI portal or web app and schedule automatic refreshes and alerts, optimize database performance for large data volumes, and finally the outcome of this concept, it unified and reliable source of truth for business reporting, reduced manual report preparation time by 80%, and also it improved the accuracy in forecasting and decision making, and enhancing visibility of sales and inventory performance across all branches. Same, the tools and technologies that we are using here, database, ETL, BI tool, and storage architecture. On database we use SQL Server or Oracle or MySQL or Amazon Redshift. And an ETL is we have tools for the ETL, that is WSIS, Talent, and Informatica. And BI tool is a Power BI, Tableau, and Lixensa. And the storage architecture is the model of this theme, that is a data warehouse with a star schema. And this is the simple diagram of this concept, in which the data are extracted from the various sources, that is by the from the sales databases. POS system is another point of sale system, and CRM, that is a customer relationship management system. So from the all these sources we are receiving a particular data that is undergone through the process of this ETL process: extract, transform, and load. And on the data warehouse also we have a sources of data, and which is fed up with this sales. On sales we have the time, store, and product futures. And by all these things we are fed up with this BI model.